Yes, students, welcome to the class of hydraulic engineering. So, in this lecture, we will talk about Moody diagram. So, what is the concepts related to Moody diagram and where we use it? Okay. So, before starting this, to calculate the head loss, the formula for calculating head loss is HF is equal to FL V square by 2G into D, okay, where here the F is friction factor, or else this formula is also written as 4FL V square by 2G D. This F over here is coefficient of friction, this F is coefficient of friction, here this F is friction factor, this F is friction factor. Okay. So, to calculate this head loss, we need this either coefficient of friction or friction factor, okay, or friction factor. For laminar flow, we know that friction factor F is equal to 64 by Reynolds number. We know that for laminar flow, this is for laminar. For laminar flow, we know that friction factor small f is equal to 64 by Re, or when we talk about coefficient of friction is equal to 16 by Re. So, this is for laminar flow. Suppose if we want to calculate it for turbulent flow, this value is not specified. There is no specific value of friction factor or coefficient of friction factor or coefficient of friction for turbulent flow. This value is fixed for laminar. This value is fixed for laminar. To calculate friction factor, for turbulent flow, we need the help of this Moody diagram. What this Moody diagram is all about? It gives the relationship between friction and factor. Okay. It gives the relationship between friction factor, which you can see in this axis, friction factor, Reynolds number, and relative pipe roughness, which is given by relative pipe roughness is given by epsilon naught by D, where D is diameter, epsilon naught is kinematic eddy viscosity. Okay, what is epsilon naught? Kinematic eddy viscosity. Okay, so let us consider, look at over here, Reynolds number. If the Reynolds number is less than 2000, the flow is laminar. So, look at over here, 10 to the power of 3 means 1000. Here the flow is laminar. So, for this laminar flow, there is a linear relationship. Look at only in this region. So, this is for laminar flow. So, in this region, which you can see here, as the Reynolds number is increasing, what is happening to friction factor? The friction factor is decreasing. So, this is the direct relationship. There is a direct relationship, as you can see from this formula, F is equal to 64 by Reynolds number. As Reynolds number is increasing, what happens? Friction factor decreases, because those two are inversely proportional to each other. Okay, this value is constant between this laminar flow only. So, when this value crosses these, when this value crosses 2000, the flow reaches turbulent flow. The flow reaches turbulent flow. Now look at over here, in the transition zone or turbulent zone, there is no proper relationship between friction factor and Reynolds number. There is no proper relationship between friction factor and Reynolds number unless this relative pipe roughness taken into account. Unless this relative pipe roughness taken into account. So as you see that as the Reynolds number is increasing, look at over 10 to the power of 6, we have 10 to the power of 6, okay, 10 to the power of 7, 10 to the power of 8. As the Reynolds number is increasing, what is happening to this pipe roughness? This pipe roughness is decreasing. As the Reynolds number increases, what happens to this pipe roughness? It also decreases. As the Reynolds number increases, what happens to pipe roughness? It gets decreases. Let us assume that if the pipe roughness is, okay, let us assume if the pipe roughness is 0.2, let us see. If the pipe roughness is 0.2, let us see over here, if the pipe roughness is 0.2, and what is the Reynolds number? Reynolds number is around 10 to the power of 5. Reynolds number means it is around 10 to the power of 5. So just draw a straight line. Look at over here, this 10 to the power of 5 line, where it meets with this line should go and meet the value of 10 to the power of 2. See, it meets over here. Let our pipe roughness be 0.2. So these two lines meet at this point, and to this corresponding pipe, look at what is the value of coefficient of friction. So it is around 0.5. So in this manner we choose coefficient of friction or friction factor for turbulent flow based on relative pipe reference and relative pipe roughness, and this we choose friction factor for turbulent flow. We choose friction factor for turbulent flow. So this is basically, this is the use of Modi diagram. This is the use of Modi diagram. This help us to predict the value of friction of factor for turbulent flow based on Reynolds number and relative pipe roughness. Now look at about what are the key points of Modi diagram. In the laminar zone, if F decreases, NR means Reynolds number. NR, the meaning of NR is Reynolds number increases. What it says in laminar zone, if friction factor decreases, Reynolds number increases. That's what it says over right. Just look at in this laminar region. In the laminar region, look at in the laminar region, what happens if the friction factor is decreasing? What is happening to Reynolds number? It is increasing. If the friction factor is decreasing in the laminar flow, what is happening to the Reynolds number? It is increasing. That's what this first point says. So this friction factor will get with the formula F is equal to 64 by Reynolds number. What happens in the transition zone? In transition zone, uncertainty occurs. In the transition zone, uncertainty occurs. Transition zone or turbulent zone. It is not possible to predict the friction factor. It is not possible to predict the friction factor in transition zone or turbulent zone. Beyond 4000, for a given value of Reynolds number, as the relative roughness increases, there is a friction factor decreases. As we have seen that, what happens? As the relative pipe roughness decreases, friction factor also decreases. Friction factor also decreases. That's what it says. Beyond 4000, what is happening beyond 4000? For a given value of Reynolds number, as the relative roughness d by epsilon naught. Relative roughness is d by epsilon naught. Okay, relative roughness is how much? As the value of d by epsilon naught increases, friction factor decreases. For a given relative roughness, friction factor decreases with increasing Reynolds number till zone of complete turbulence occurs. As you can see, this dotted line represents the area of complete turbulence. Within the zone of complete turbulence, Reynolds number has no effect, as the zone of complete turbulence within the zone of complete turbulence, Reynolds number has no effect. It is only depends upon epsilon naught d value and friction factor value. As the relative roughness increases, the boundary of the zone of complete turbulence shift increases. See, look at over here. As the relative turbulence increases, what happens to this boundary of complete turbulence? It gets shifted. This boundary of this dotted line, what is happening to this dotted line? This dotted line gets shifted. The dotted line shifted, or that value is increasing. So this is all about Moody diagram, which is helpful to calculate friction factor for turbulent flow. So after Moody diagram, let us see the velocity distribution for turbulent flow in smooth pipes by Power law. Velocity distribution for turbulent flow in smooth pipes by Power law. This Power law is given by scientist Reynolds. It is given by Reynolds. Okay, this is given as this Power law is given by Reynolds. See, we know that in the velocity distribution for turbulent flow, okay, u is nothing but our average or mean velocity. Mean velocity by maximum velocity is a function of, this is our mean velocity. This u is mean velocity or average velocity by maximum velocity. Mean velocity, average velocity by maximum velocity is a function of y by r whole to the power of 1 by n. This y by r, y is distance from pipe wall. Y is nothing but distance from pipe wall, whereas r is radius of the pipe, whereas r is the radius of the pipe and y is the distance from the pipe wall, where 1 by n, where the exponent 1 by n depends upon the Reynolds number. This 1 by n exponent depends upon Reynolds number. Where exponent 1 by n depends upon Reynolds number. The value of 1 by n decreases with increase in Reynolds number. So according to the Power law, what is happening over here? The value of 1 by n, the value of 1 by n decreases with increase in Reynolds number. When the Reynolds number increases, what happens to the exponent 1 by n? This value decreases. For example, if we take Reynolds number of order 4 into 10 to the power of 3. Okay, if we take Reynolds number of order 4 into 10 to the power of 3, 4 into 10 to the power of 3 in the sense 4000. Okay, 4000. Then this value of exponent 1 by n is 1 by 6. Okay, then the value of this exponent 1 by n becomes 1 by 6. When the Reynolds number is of order 10 to the power of 5. Okay, when Reynolds number is in the order of 10 to the power of 5, then the value of exponent 1 by n is 1 by 7. Then the value of exponent 1 by n is 1 by 7. If again it increases, Again, if the Reynolds number increases to or beyond the value of 10 to the power of 6, look at the value of n. The 1 by n exponent is around 1 by 10. So as you see that, as you can see from this data, that when the Reynolds number is increasing, okay, from here in this case, when compared to this, here when the Reynolds number is increasing, when Reynolds number is increasing, 10 to the power of 3, 10 to the power of 5, 10 to the power of 6, what is happening to this exponent 1 by n? It is decreasing, it is decreasing. See, 1 by n, for 10 to the power of 3, 1 by 6, for 10 to the power of 5, 1 by 7. This value is so on decreasing. So thus if 1 by n is equal to 1 by 7, then the velocity distribution law becomes as, when we substitute the value of 1 by n, exponent 1 by n as 1 by 7, you get u by u max is equal to y by r whole to the power 1 by 7. You get the value of 1 by r as you get the value of u by u max is equal to y by r whole to the power 1 by 7. So this equation, when the exponent value is around 1 by 7, then this equation is known as 1 by 7th power law of velocity distribution in smooth pipes. Okay, this equation, when the exponent value is 1 by 7, this equation is known as 1 by 7th power law, 1 by 7th power law of velocity distribution in smooth pipes, smooth pipes. So this power law is given by Reynolds. Okay, this power law depends upon Reynolds number. This concept is known as 1 by 7th power law of velocity distribution in smooth pipes. So now let us see the empirical formulas of coefficient of friction in various flow. The values of coefficient of friction given for, see, once again I am saying you all listen carefully, F. So you will be getting confused usually with coefficient of friction and friction factor. Okay, coefficient of friction and friction factor. Okay, generally in the textbooks both are denoted with F, both are denoted with small f. Sometimes this friction factor is denoted with F this coefficient of friction is denoted by F dash, this coefficient of friction is denoted by F dash, or sometimes both are represented by a letter small f only. But remember one thing, whenever the relationship between friction factor is equal to 4 into coefficient of friction, remember this formula. In some maximum of textbook denotes both friction factor and coefficient of friction with small f only. Some denotes coefficient of friction with F dash. Okay, so it is in some textbooks it is impossible to find the difference unless we recognize with this, unless there it is given that F is friction factor or F is coefficient of friction. So what is the relationship between coefficient of friction and friction factor? Friction factor is equal to 4 into coefficient of friction. Okay, so here in this it is given as F is equal to, it is given as F is equal to 16 by Re. So this is nothing but coefficient of friction. So if we write it in the form of friction factor, if the same value, if we write in the form of friction factor F is equal to what we know 4 into coefficient of friction. Okay, so multiply this value with 4, 16 into 4 becomes 64 by Re, 64 by Re. So friction factor, the relationship between friction factor and Reynolds number is F is equal to 64 by Re, whereas the relationship between coefficient of friction and Reynolds number is F is equal to 16 by Re. Just be careful with this coefficient of friction and friction factor. So in the laminar flow we use coefficient factor and Reynolds relationship as F is equal to 16 by Re, whereas for turbulent flow, for the turbulent flow, we know that turbulent flow occurs for the Reynolds number greater than 4000. We know turbulent flow occurs for a Reynolds number greater than 4000. So the value of coefficient of friction, for turbulent flow for smooth pipes with ranging from 4000 to 10 to the power of 5, 4000 to 10,000 basically, okay, 4000 to 10 to the power of 5, sorry, it is 10 to the power of 5, 1 lakh, okay, 4000 to 10 to the power of 5 is around 0.0791 by R Reynolds number to the power 1 by 4. If your pipe is a smooth pipe and it is a turbulent flow whose Reynolds numbers lies between 4000 to 10 to the power of 5, then you have to use the coefficient of friction is equal to this formula. Coefficient of friction is equal to 0.0791 by Re to the power 1 by 4. You need to use this formula, 0.0791 by Re to the power 1 by 4. Okay. If your value is exceeding 10 to the power of 5, if your value of Reynolds number is exceeding 10 to the power of 5, then this equation is not valid. Then this equation is not valid beyond this equation is not valid beyond 10 to the power of 5, beyond 10 to the power of 5. So for that you need to use this equation, coefficient of friction is equal to 0.008 plus 0.5525 by Re to the power 0.257 for values ranging from 10 to the power of 5 to 10 to the power of 7. Okay, this equation is valid for the values of around 10 to the power of 5, beyond 10 to the power of 5 to 10 to the power of 7. If your pipe is rough pipe, then the relationship between coefficient of friction and Reynolds number is as follows: 1 by under root 4 F is equal to 2 log R by K to the base 10 plus 1.74. This is the value of coefficient of friction for the rough pipe. So in various problems we are using this different formulas. So while solving the problems you should not get confused. First you have to look what flow it is, whether it is a laminar flow or turbulent flow. If it is a laminar flow, use the relationship of coefficient of friction and Reynolds number as F is equal to 16 by Re. If the flow is turbulent, then you need to see whether it is a smooth pipe or rough pipe. If it is a smooth pipe, then what is the value of Reynolds number? Is it beyond 10 to the power of 5 or less than 10 to the power of 5? If the value of Reynolds number for smooth pipes in turbulent flow is less than 10 to the power of 5, then use the equation of coefficient of friction is equal to 0.0791 by Re, Reynolds number to the power 1 by 4. If your value is beyond 10 to the power of 5, then you can go for equation number 3, that is 0.008 plus 0.5525 by Reynolds number to the power 0.257. This value, this equation holds the value of Reynolds number up to 4 into 10 to the power of 7. If your flow is turbulent and your pipes of rough and your pipe is rough pipe, then you can use this equation number 4, that is 1 by under root 4 F is equal to 2 log r by k to the base 10 plus 1.74. Okay. Hope you people have understood this formula and you will use these formulas in calculation of numerical examples accordingly. Yes, let us see one numerical example which says determine the distance from the pipole, determine the distance from the pipole at which the local velocity is equal to average velocity for turbulent flow in pipes. So, what he is saying, determine the distance from the pipole at which the local velocity is equal to the average velocity for turbulent flow in pipes. What do we mean by local velocity? Local velocity is denoted with small letter u or v. Okay. Local velocity is denoted by small letter u or v. Local velocity is denoted by small letter u or v is equal to the average velocity. Average velocity is generally denoted with capital U bar. Average velocity is denoted with capital U bar for the turbulent flow. So, what he is generally, so at any point in the turbulent flow, at any point in turbulent flow, the difference between local velocity and average velocity is given by this equation, okay, which says u minus u bar by u star. What is u? Local velocity minus u bar average velocity by u star. This is nothing but our shear velocity is equal to 5.75 log y by r to the base 10 log y by r to the base 10 plus 3.75. So, this is the expression for velocity, okay, velocity in turbulent flow for either smooth pipe or rough pipe. This is the velocity equation, the difference between local velocity and average velocity. The difference of average velocity and local velocity for smooth pipe or rough pipe in the turbulent flow is given by this equation. As our thing, what is given in the question, we need to determine distance from the pipole at which local velocity is equal to average velocity. What do we mean by local velocity is to average velocity? It means that we need to substitute. Or what do we mean by local velocity is equal to average velocity? Small u is equal to u bar. Small u is equal to capital U bar. We need to substitute this equation or this relation into this equation of velocity in the turbulent flow. If you get that, what it becomes, in the place of small u, you write capital U bar minus u bar by u star shear velocity is equal to 5.75 log y by r to the base 10 plus 3.75 as you know that u minus u is 0, this value is 0 by u star, this total value becomes 0 is equal to 5.75 log y by r to the base 10 plus 3.75. Okay, so from this it becomes, so on solving this it becomes, on solving above equation it becomes log y by r to the base 10 is equal to minus 3.75 divided by 5.75 which is equal to, which is equal to the value of minus 3.75 by 5.75 is equal to minus, so this the value will be around minus 0.6521. So this value will be around minus 0.6521. So if you send this log to the base 10 to other side, it become anti-log. Okay, it becomes anti-log. So y by r becomes anti-log minus 0.6521. So the value of y by r will be approximately equal to, if we apply anti-log, the value of y by r will be approximately equal to 0.22279. Or so we need to calculate distance from pipole. That means y is equal to, if you round off this to nearest value 2228, it becomes 2228. As it is 79, instead of 79 we will write it as 80. If we round that value, if we round this 79 value to 80, this value becomes y is equal to 0.2228, and if you send that r at another side, it is r. So determine the distance from pipole. Okay, determine the distance from pipole where local velocity is equal to average velocity. What we have got? Y is equal to 0.2228 r. So at this point, at the distance of y is equal to 0.2228 r, the local velocity is equal to average velocity for turbulent flow in pipes. So this was the numerical example. Hope you people have understood this. If you have any doubts related to this topic, you are free to meet me in person and discuss your doubts, or you can also place your doubts in the comment box. I will try to reply it in the comment section. Thank you for your valuable time. Okay.